And there's also two more movies, Rush Hour 4, which I think is in production. Um, I'll need to see a trailer for that one because I'm just like, that's-
Hold up, what?
what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another stream, another collab. That is. My name is Nighthawk, and here I have a guest. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I am Zoo Nebula, and definitely you're my guest as well, Nighthawk, because we are collaborating today in Twitch. So this is exciting.
Yeah. And why don't you tell the good people what we're doing?
Of course. I mean, what are we doing? We are doing things that we love, which is definitely talk and nerd out about movies, anime, and gaming. I think that basically is a summary of what we love to do. So we were like, let's just talk about it on the stream and see what people think, and let's discuss, those topics that we always do in Discord. So
Hmm.
yeah, today we're gonna be discussing one of the recent movies releases. So I'm excited to see your thoughts about it, Sinners. So definitely, if you haven't watched that, keep the first part of the stream.
Yeah, I was gonna ask like how. I mean, are we just gonna go like all out on spoilers, or do we want to like keep it a little minimal, or like what should
I
we do?
mean, however you like, because I wanted to actually see from your understanding how it was the movie overall. Like, what are your thoughts and things like that. We can decide if we don't want to spoil the whole movie. I think that would be the best for the people.
Yeah.
So important things is best not to spoil it.
Hmm.
But yeah, we can start just by how the movie was for you, and like how did it make you feel and your thoughts.
For sure. So I'm actually gonna go start from like how I first like got onto this movie. I remember the first trailer I saw. It was actually in the theater for like another during another movie. Um, and I was like, okay, cool. Michael B. Jordan. I think I knew it was directed by Ryan Coogler. Or maybe it took a little bit more time to like whatchamacallit, like get onto like to find that out. And
Mm.
I was like a little interested, but I wasn't there yet to like actually go see the film. So then I saw the one video that pushed me to actually go see it was something I shared in your your Discord and everyone else's Discord who has a movie channel basically. Uh, when Ryan broke down all of the IMAX formats or like all the movie formats, and he was like, "This is
Mm-hmm.
this type of film, and we have it in this special IMAX film." I'm like, I love how he's breaking that down, 10 minutes, not complicated, and that's what really drew me to it, and the stories I heard about it, where it didn't take long to shoot, it didn't take long to cast, from what I hear. And the production was pretty short from a movie making basis. So that's what drew me to it. And when I watched the film, it was it's one of those films where when you walk out, like I'm still thinking about it to this day, and I haven't had a film in a minute where I
Mm.
immediately want to go see it again in the theater. Like normally I just wait for streaming or DVD, but it's one of those films for sure. So
Oh
yeah.
wow! So are you gonna see it again?
Yes, yes. I do have an IMAX near me. Should I have an IMAX in Douglasville, so I think I'm gonna go see it again, but on IMAX. So yeah, yeah. What do you think about it?
I mean, to be honest, first of all, like let's start from scratch of how I am when I'm watching like movies. Um, I am a person that I miss the old ways of going to the theaters and finding out what was the movie about. So I
Mm-hmm.
am not the person that you will see me watching a lot of commercials and trailers about movies, except some Fridays I like to do the community, like viewership of videos in YouTube, and we will watch like a lot of commercials and trailers for movies.
Mm-hmm.
I like to do it with people, but I technically do not like to watch trailers. So before I watched this movie, I didn't watch nothing. Like I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
blindsided, except a couple days before, I kind of saw like the image of Sinners and like, that beautiful poster they have.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I think it's about vampires, but I'm not sure. So I went super blindsided, and I love to do that, honestly. I love to go and watch a movie just blind about what it is, and mostly more when people are having so many good ratings. So as soon as it was launched, I saw a lot of people going to the preview of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
like things like that. I was like, oh my god, it's having so many good reviews. Let me not watch anything and just watch it. So, and hi, Super. Hi, King.
What's going on,
Welcome,
yo?
welcome.
Yeah. Truly, like, especially that first part you said, like, we've been struggling to get back into the movies since like the pandemic, in terms of like being on the same page of like what movie to see, or like the community of the movie theater, and low key the discipline and respect that you need to have in a movie theater. But that's a whole other subject. So seeing everyone being on the same page of how good this movie is really refreshing. Let's go with what was your favorite part of this movie?
Um, damn. Favorite part. Favorite part. I feel like the whole movie was honestly for me super amazing. Like, first of all, I for some reason I watched the movie and noticed they didn't put captions on the movie theater that I watched it. So I feel like that was interesting because remember they're acting with some good accents.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, some words might have, I might have to watch it again because some words obviously I didn't capture right away. But I watched it without captions. And my favorite thing was how they basically developed the story of the movie. Like
Right.
from scratch, the beginning, they say this and boom, and you see like you see something, and you're like, holy,
Yeah.
what? I was actually scared. And then out of nowhere, it's like that type of movie, Let's tell you the story of what's going on. So
Yeah. Like they
I
show
love
you
how
the yeah.
everything was building up. Yeah, like the story behind every character. Like we literally learn every character, like play by play. So I
Mm-hmm.
love that. What's his name? Let me actually search the cast of this movie real quick
Mm-hmm.
because I love this actor.
Is it Preacher Boy, the singer?
That was my first time Miles, but
Yeah.
oh my god, he has a beautiful voice. Like, wow, what was that? Like,
Yes.
scratch from talking, everything. Amazing voice. Like, that type of voice like that is really rare nowadays for some reason. And I know that we get a lot of different voices and like singers, but his voice
Mm-hmm.
is amazing. But I think I was talking about this actor that he's a veteran, Delroy.
Yes. Yeah.
What's his name? Delroy Lindo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I loved I loved how he always acts his character, how yeah, his scene, I think. There was a couple scenes that he was like, "Oh, interesting."
Because very like he's the comedic role, and like in such a
Mhm.
serious movie, like he was a great, like he was funny, but then he was also like, when it was time to be serious, he was actually serious as well. So I like how he like went between those two type of moods.
Mhm.
But yeah, Miles, I call him Miles Canton. I think it's Caden. Miles Caden. I hope I'm pronouncing that
Okay.
right. But first role in a feature film. This is a hell of a first impression. Like it was
Oh yeah.
amazing from beginning to end. Like, and you would think that Michael B. Jordan, his twin characters are like the main character, but really Miles's character is, and I found that very interesting. So yeah, that was his
Yeah,
whole thing was great.
definitely. But first of all, like people in the chat, have you guys watched Sinners? Since we're continuing to talk about the movie, but have you guys seen it? Have you guys are planning to see it? I wanna sense where you guys at with the Sinners movie. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think let's see. When was the movie launched? It was launched
Last
like,
last week.
oh, it was only a week. Oh my god,
Yeah.
this is insane. Okay, so
Plan to see
it was
it.
launched a week ago. Okay, so yeah, a lot of people might have to see it. I plan to go see it. I saw it on my day off. Let's go, super nice.
Yeah, there we
Okay,
go.
so definitely plan to see it, guys, because I think this is the type of movie that it's special, and once you see it, you see the quality. I think you just mentioned who was the director or like the creator,
Ryan Coogler.
directed by Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, Ryan Coogler.
Coogler, okay.
Yeah.
I think previous works of Ryan Coogler, I was watching a video. He talked about how he worked in Black Panther as well.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I think that's super important to mention that he's making history with this movie, guys. I don't know if you guys know. I love to talk about the background about movie stuff, but basically, yes, like he's making history because the way that he made the deal and the agreement to be launched the movie. Usually, movie creators they have to give it to a studio, and the studio is the one that makes the money out of it. So studios get the money, and then they pay the actors and everybody who work on it. But for the first time in, I don't know, like he literally is basically doing something historical in the industry. He didn't use that perspective of using a studio and then the studio gets the money and everybody gets paid later. Ryan Coogler basically he said the money comes back to him. Like he's gonna
Yep.
make the movie, he's launching it. But I think this a word, this a term for that. I think we have to search it.
Yeah. So it's that. So normally, basically, he's gonna get all the rights and the
The
monetary
rights, exactly.
value, 25 years from now. And normally, for
Exactly.
context, people directors don't see their ownership or rights or monetary value until I think it's like 50 or 75 years down the line, like a long time until they like get ownership of the movie. So it's this is really big.
Yeah, so it's really big that he's taking the ownership for the next, years to go. So basically, everything that the movie's gonna make or like how the impact is gonna be directly coming back to him versus the studio managing everything,
Hmm.
which that's why the industry is basically right now scared because they're
Yep.
like, huh. So directors and independent creators go. We like you guys go to a lot of conventions. You guys have seen people that are independent filmmakers. They're
Yep.
saying, "Oh my God, they're not gonna start using studios. Like they might do
Hmm.
agreements like that, and they're gonna get basically the rights, which it makes sense, and basically like the money back right away, um, with the impact they're doing. So this is gonna change the industry a lot. Um, it already started. Yeah, studios are getting scared,
Yeah.
so it's kind of cool. And
Hmm.
then for the whole movie, what are your thoughts about the cast by different type of like ethnicity and character, like how they play on the movie? What are your thoughts about that?
Yes. So first off, there is no single bad performance, and I don't really point out bad performances in general, but like in this specific one, there's like a moment. There's a moment with every person. Every person can steal the scene at any given moment. Like, of course, like I already mentioned Miles and Michael B. Jordan, but like Haley Steinfeld, one particular scene she stole. Then first name is Woomi. Woomi, I think her name is.
Wunmi Mosaku, yeah.
Yes, yes. She stole a couple of scenes, and like her dynamic with one of the twins was great. Delroy Lindo we mentioned as like some of his jokes were great, but also like as a like his dynamic with Preacher Boy and with Smoke and Stack, that was cool. More with Stack than Smoke, I would say. 'Cause yeah, yeah, yeah. More with Stack. Even Preacher Boy's love interest, who, fun fact, that actress was in the. You remember the Batman?
Hmm.
Robert Pattinson. She was the mayor of Gotham City. Um,
That's when I saw her. I was like, where have I seen her? Okay, okay.
Yeah, I was wondering where she came from,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, her dynamic with Preacher Boy was pretty cool. I thought that was like a pretty cool like a young love type of thing because we see relationships that have already worked and have already been developed through the twins relationships, but then we see Preacher Boy meeting someone new. So I like that kind of story and dynamic. Then you have someone said they were Chinese. The Asian couple that helped them out with the juke joint.
Oh yeah, the character of Grace and
Yes.
what's his name? Yeah, I think I have it around here.
Yeah. Let me. I need to pull up the cast too because now I'm forgetting.
That
I'm
was super
forgetting names.
interesting. I love how the movie put different type of people, but also like you saw that something important. They were putting also like historic things that happened, like the Asian couple were the owners of different businesses.
Yes. Yeah.
And back in the day, like that's some like the businesses would grow up. Like yeah, like you will see different families being the owners of things.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting to see it as well. So there's like little history in the whole movie. Like there's different things that touch about that. And then I guess from the cast, what was your favorite like character? I guess what was your favorite character?
God. Uh, I guess I'd go. I'd probably go Preacher Boy, and it's probably because of that. Now this scene, we gotta like. I don't want to spoil the scene at all, but it's that one scene with the music,
Yep.
and it goes. Yeah, okay, there we go. We know we know what we're talking about. So that scene, literally, like, I want to make something like that, and I feel like I've had a vision like that in my head, but I loved seeing that carry out, and I like seeing him use his gift of music to interestingly attract the vampires, but also be the thing that keeps him away from the vampires and put some respect on his name amongst the vampires. Like keeps the vampires away from him, and like some of the vampires you see later on, like especially in the ending, they still respect him in his gift of music. Trying to dance around like be vague, but like yeah, I love like how he uses music as like um a passion, and a passion that turns into his career and something that he uses as a weapon, look figuratively and literally like as a weapon. So yeah, that he
And
Preacher Boy's my favorite.
that scene is the most powerful scene, and I love it because I think that's the scene they show like this is history. This is how the music was created. This is how the blues
Yeah.
were created. Um, a lot of African heritage right there, like showing off like if you're listening to this type of music, this is where it comes from, and this is the connections that it makes from there. Like this is the type of music that came from there. This is the
Mm-hmm.
things of dancing that came from there. So like I love it. I honestly love it. I don't know if I thought I talk about this before on my streams, but I studied 3 years theater.
Oh, okay.
I was in a fine arts musical. High school. I don't know how to say it. High school fine arts
Like
specialty.
like
I don't
a
know, something
performing
like that.
performing art school.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That you have to be on the school only by some art. So I did took like high school classes, but also they will make us create. So I did a lot of theater. I was in a musical. So the thing about dancing, music,
Mm-hmm.
instruments, acting. That's why I'm so close about this. That's what I love music, and in the Discord, guys. If you guys in the Discord, we have different channels, so that's why we show like different musics that we like. Because honestly, I love it. I just love the creation of art and everything. All that movie was art, like literally.
Yeah.
Um, Michael B. Jordan, to be honest, he surprised me because I
Yeah.
haven't seen I haven't seen other movies of Michael B. Jordan where he is acting serious because honestly I'm missing out. I'm missing out on the movie. I don't watch a lot of movies, guys. I gotta accept it. So I didn't watch the
Okay.
Creed movies. I haven't watched Creed. Um, which they told me yes, you're gonna see Michael B. Jordan act there as well. Amazing. But when I saw
Yeah.
this character that he plays, or the characters, it's interesting. I was like, oh, this can happen. I love his accent. I love how he did it in a way. Um, so I think one of my favorite characters, and I'm gonna say it, I think it was. I already say Delroy because of his scene, that scene where he's introducing, his story. But
Yes. Yeah.
also, I think I'm gonna go with Mary, the character of Mary,
Okay.
Haley,
Yeah.
because the whole series, or the whole movie, sorry, I didn't know that she was the girl from Hawkeye.
Yes. Yeah. Kate Bishop. Yep. Haley. Yes. Haley Steinfeld.
I didn't know she was Hawk Girl, and I was like, holy like watching Hawk Girl or whatever is the series called,
Hawkeye. Yeah.
um, Hawkeye, and then later on, 4 years later, you see her play this role. I didn't even recognize her. I was like, who is this person? Have I seen this actress before? So I was actually shocked that that's the same woman. So I think she did a really good job. I feel like she did a good job. Even her pronunciation. Do you see the accent and the way that she was speaking? Like,
It's
whoa.
like literally her and Kate Bishop are like two completely different sides of the spectrum. Like it's
Yep.
completely different. Like I didn't know she had that in her. Like how people were feeling about Michael B. Jordan, that was low key how I was feeling about Haley Steinfeld when I saw that role. Like she crushed
She's
it.
honestly one of my favorite characters just because of the way that she did it, the way that she even had those scenes with Miles. Oh my god, I was like, she's stalking, she's da da da. But yeah, that was
But
interesting.
yeah, to your point about Michael B. Jordan, he played twin. Well, first off, I am a huge fan of the Creed movies. Creed 1 and 2 were that was around the time when I first watched Dragon Ball Z, and they both like instilled like self improvement in me. Like just no matter how many times you keep getting knocked back down, you always get back up, and you always train to like better yourself. And like I literally have the movies in DVD, and I really do want to
Three of them,
watch.
right?
Yeah, three of
Or
them.
four? Okay.
There's three of them. Um, great trilogy. And like because like when Creed 3 came out, that like all the training sequences I rewatch like over and over because it's something very motivating about a training sequence. Like Rocky did it first, of course, and Creed pretty much continued to carry the torch on those on the training scenes, but also like the way they do his story because it's not really all about boxing; it's about human perseverance, and like Michael really did play those roles like amazingly. But I will
Good.
say there's a degree of like how he played Creed and how he
Mhm.
played Smoke and Stack because Smoke and Stack are like completely different types of characters. Like one is serious and more like he's militant, he's a soldier. The other is kind of like a pimp or like a playful type of guy. And they're so set in their own roles in their own like worlds that you forget that it's Michael B. Jordan playing twins. Like they distinct separate they separate their identities. He separates the identities well.
Which is good, yeah. And obviously, yeah,
Because it's
probably.
hard to play twins and like you can sometimes when you're watching someone play twins and it's like that's you in another outfit, like you're not really another character, you're just like I could tell you're playing twins. Sometimes in this movie it's like oh no, these are two completely different characters.
Yeah,
So yeah.
definitely. I feel like everything was great about the movie, and for those of you that are seeing it, definitely take your time. Um, when you went to the movie theaters, how did the people react when you were watching the movie?
A lot of the jump scares got everyone, uh
Of
for
course.
sure. Yeah, got me as well. I knew when to look down, but
Oh,
it
I jump
wasn't.
scared right away at the beginning.
yes, that was the one that really got me. Like I was like, ooh,
Yup.
uh oh. Lot of moments where it was like a lot of gasp and like, oh my god, and like stuff like that. You could hear the reaction, and there's a lot of black people in there, so it's just like highly reactive, especially with like horror, like people being like, no, don't go in there, don't do that, don't, and all that type of stuff. But it was cool. You could tell the crowd was like very entertained. So yeah.
I feel like when I saw it, there was a. Let me tell you guys something really funny. I went to New York City. It's literally by almost Times Square movie theater, AMZ. Um, Something happened with the app and the people that bought tickets online. Apparently, they gave tickets and they put the wrong theater on the app, wrong seats. So it was like it was
What?
maybe over like double booked. So people were saying, "No, this is my seat," and another person would like be like, "This is my seat," and then like it was a little mess, but it wasn't like super full. So that's the good thing because whoever didn't get the seats, they should seat somewhere else. Like we didn't seat in our seats. Like we didn't sit in our seats. We just go up in the line and we went in a different seats because I don't know what happened with the app that day. It actually messed up everybody's tickets. And then when the movie starts, so everybody was a little like, there were some people that were mad about it and blah blah blah. But when the movie started, I concentrated on the scenes and yeah, the people reactions was really good. People obviously was screaming when things would happen.
Yeah.
Um,
That is insane to have. You can't do that for an for an opening night when the movie
you can
drops.
double book, like that's insane.
Yeah. Like
Um,
yeah. And I'm
but there were seats open still, so that's a good thing.
that's good at least. And this is a pretty big theater, so could they seat everyone, or were people forced to like stand up?
Some people, like a couple, were standing up, and I was like, "Why you guys are standing up? Just see somewhere else." Like literally, we did it. Like we did that,
Mm-hmm.
and then oh, this was another weird thing that happened. Like it actually got me a little like triggered. Exactly before rolling the credits, a girl came in and said, "Oh, that's my seat," and we were like, the movie literally ended.
It's
Like
about
you
the
missed the whole movie. Why are you even here? And the girl that was next to, because it was okay, so it was me,
yeah.
and then after me it was a friend of my boyfriend, and then he was sitting on that because we changed the seat because it was double booked, so we
Mm-hmm.
should sit somewhere that it was empty.
Yeah.
There was a girl there saying like, "Oh, my friend is coming," and he was like, "Hey, if your friend comes, can you guys just move somewhere else because everybody's double booked? Like AMC did an error." And she's like, "Nah." So we were just waiting for her friend to come to pick the seats. She literally come like I'm not even lying, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes before the roll credits, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you missed the whole movie. Do you really want to see it? And she's like, yes, I want to see it. I don't want to be standing up. She literally sit down. They did like 5, 10 minutes of movie, and they
Mm-hmm.
rolled the credits, and she was just there. I was like, I'm not understanding why she's here, like literally. So
Yeah.
that like triggered me. I was like, I've never seen a human being go to a movie theater 10 minutes before the credits. Like,
That,
what's the point?
yeah, that's like showing up to class. Those people that show up to class like 30 minutes into the class is like, bro, this is a 50-minute class. Like, what's even the point of coming to
I
class
think
if you're just gonna skip?
I would understand if she said, "No, actually, I came only for the credits," because I was just maybe somebody could do that, and I'm like, sure, but no, it's like she just wanted to hang out with her friend. She just wanted to sit down with her friend, and they stayed there just talking. By the way, they were not looking at the movie. I was like, oh no, I was like, this is insane. Obviously, New York City has all kinds of human beings, guys. So if you guys want to come, you're gonna see all kinds of human beings. But yeah, it was actually good though, like the whole movie. What are your thoughts about the villain, the villain character. That was an
Ooh,
interesting. I
yeah,
love the exchange of like nationality and like even like by the different type of behavior. You know, like something was going on here, and this type of people came out of nowhere. You know, like
yeah.
uh,
So
how do you feel about that?
in real quick, I do want to I want to say that sometimes being in a dine-in theater. So we went to this theater called Studio Movie Grill, and
Mm.
it's a dine-in theater where you can order straight from your seat and all that good stuff. Like you have to pay the bill and stuff for the food, and servers will come in and out and ask people like or deliver the food and stuff. But people came in late and ordered late, so like some of the servers were coming in the opening scenes of the film, so it was a little bit distracting. It wasn't that bad because like the film was pretty loud, so like I can tune those people out. But some people, no, excuse me, some people were like, taking they deliver the check near the end of the film, and like sometimes people are like turning on their flashlights and like shining it really bright on the check, and it's like lighting up the whole theater, and it's like you could just turn your brightness down please. But little annoyance, but like sometimes being in a dining theater is like there's a lot going on in the like theater, and it's not everyone's like fault necessarily, but a little bit of a hiccup, but not really a bad thing. But anyway, back to your question, the villain, he uh he was really interesting because he was really interesting because I didn't think he was gonna be the main like villain at first. Like he was like I thought he was just like a stray. He was a stray vampire, and of course those people let him in, and then he becomes like he basically gets a gang of people with him. And someone mentioned that, of course, an important thing about him is that he's Irish, or that I think they're all the
Mm.
main three who come to the juke joint. I believe all three of them are Irish, Irish vampires.
Uh, I think I saw a video of somebody criticizing this character
Hmm.
because they say, "Oh, it's actually like a true thing about certain races how they were in history, like how they were. Like they will come with their own struggle and then change it to a twist to be the evil and the gang guy.
Hmm.
Like he had a struggle. He was gonna, people are gonna see a movie. I'm not gonna say, but whatever. He was in trouble, and then out of nowhere, he just, oh, now I have power. So
Mm,
like, I have my thoughts about that. So maybe when people have seen the movie, we can discuss that again to
yeah.
actually say the facts. But he basically used, yeah, he used the people that he met in that house, and
Hmm.
he just passed the chaos.
Right. And then like what was interesting, the first thing that was interesting about him and like how he wanted to talk, like he was trying to convince the group like, hey, come be with us because we've been oppressed. We've all been oppressed in this environment because I forgot the deep is a deep historical connection that he used with like Irish people and how they've like suffered from oppression, and he's using that to connect to Black people's oppressions throughout history because like this is in the 30s, so like people are still there were uh well I don't no they were no they were slaves. I think they were slaves in the movie. I was gonna say like just like cotton pickers, but like yeah, they were slaves in the movie. So once he and when vampires bite each other, they share each other's thoughts and memories and stuff. So he's like once he got to Haley as well as Stack, that's when he fully he's like, hey, I understand your pain. Like we could unite together and take out some of the basically the masters that rule over the land because they're down in like Mississippi, and some of the white men that were in Mississippi and that owned that original property of the juke joint. That was another thing I forgot to mention. That was an interesting thing to begin with, like them buying the whole juke joint to begin with, and for that to be a point to come back to at the end of the movie was very very interesting. And it was also a great action scene to just see like Smoke mowing down all the people. Because like in the trailer, you think that's just gonna be him mowing down the vampires, which also happens at some point. But that's him mowing down like all the white guys that are trying to get back at him. So that was interesting. It was interesting how the villain vampire, basically wanted everyone to unite against the white men, but it's more. But then like Smoke's argument is like, I'm not gonna like no. This is another form of like you're taking this whole thing too far, basically.
Yeah, I feel like that was a mix of things. There was that mix, and then they also brought up a little of like religion thing, because
Yes,
when
yes.
they mentioned like, oh, they do this because they're soulless, like they don't have a soul and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So it's really interesting. This movie has a lot of historic things, even representing different races back then in the day, even representing like the suffering and things. I think once you guys watch the movie, you're gonna understand like, oh, this movie touched a lot of topics, which is kind of cool. And it's the title is Sinners, I guess, for a reason.
Yes.
Um, but yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah, you can see the trailer basically.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna have this playing because I forgot to like start seeing it, start showing it. But yeah, like what I like about the way it plays with like race, religion, and music is that it's not too heavy handed. Like it's undertones of it, and if you want to like dig deep into it, there's a lot there. But when you're when you're just watching the movie and like if it's only just about like if you're only focused on like it's them against these vampires or them trying to get this juke joint going, that's all you need, and you don't really need more. You don't need to understand to enjoy the movie necessarily. And even just watching this now, like a lot of this trailer like hides the subtext and like the story, but there's enough there to visually like captivate you and to get you to actually like watch it. So I really love that side of the movie. Like you could take it if you want it to be like a simple experience. It could be simple for you, but if you want to go into the complexities of it all, you can do that as well. So it's very open ended.
It was honestly a really great movie. A couple of fun facts, Nighthawk, in case you didn't know, the scene with Delta or Delroy, he said that that was actually gonna be cut from the movie.
Oh,
The scene on the car
the car.
when when he's
All
doing
all
his
four of
story,
them.
when it's him, Stag, and the boy.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, they pick this guy up in the train station, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that scene in the car, they were gonna cut that. Actually, like when Ryan Coogler presented the movie in LA,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't have the scene,
Mm.
but the actor talked to him, the actual Delroy Lindo, and he said, "We need to put that scene because it's actually a story. It's how the suffering of like what I'm describing happens, and also because the part where he starts singing is improv. That was not planned. He
Wow.
improv his singing, and the boy Miles, he improv his. That was a real improv thing. Like when
Mm-hmm.
Stag said, "Hey boy, why you don't play your guitar?" That's actually true. Like they did it.
They
So
actually. Wow. Okay, I didn't even know that. That makes it seem more like real and kind of authentic. Yeah.
which that's why acting is such a beautiful like role, because these are such a good actors, because there's gonna be actors that they just follow the script and be like, okay, I have to say A, B, C, D, B,
Mm-hmm.
now I have to cry. But no, these actors are like, no, 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 no. I'm getting on this role
Mm-hmm.
and just roll the camera. And that's how usually the best movies are, because they're just rolling and they're in their characters and they're like talking and saying things.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting that when you guys see that scene, like you're gonna say, "Wow, that's actually them.
Right.
So that was interesting as well.
Yeah.
Let me see what other fun facts I found out about this movie. Um, I find out that Ryan Coogler, he's a really fan of what's the movie?
Oh, no, I got
Puss,
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and that he literally made that movie basically appear here because of the evil character. Like he made certain descriptions of this movie in a way thanks to that Puss in the Boots movie. So yeah, guys, this these people that created this movie are so talented.
Yes, and Key already said it, but like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. If y'all haven't seen it, please see that movie because it's you don't even need to see the whatchamacallit, the original Puss in Boots to even understand it. Like it's a sequel, but like it's kind of its own movie and it's very, very well animated. So the fact that he was influenced from that movie to incorporate something in Sinners when the movies have nothing to do with each other and like have no correlation whatever, like that's a pretty I love hearing people's like influences to a decision or something or a decision for a movie or whatever. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what's also interesting is that this has I don't know the number of collaborations they've done, but like Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler's collaboration, this is like one of multiple of their like collaborations they've done together. So I think Michael's level of acting here is attributed to Ryan what Ryan knows about Michael and how much he's willing to bring out of him. Like good point, Mother. And what's going on, Mother? Appreciate y'all for coming through once again. But yeah, Spike Lee and Denzel, like that director actor combo, like they're the new version of that. So for sure, it's really cool to see that.
I loved it. Even the music, everything about the movie.
Have you seen like the press release of this movie? So it's so like all the videos. So Haley and Mike did an episode of Hot Ones versus,
Okay.
and if like is that and the whole cast did something with BuzzFeed. I think there's something with I want to say Cosmopolitan. Not sure on that one, but when you see these actors and actresses like interact in real life, it was really cool. You could just tell they had it like a good time filming together, and they have a really good dynamic. So that also made me want to see the movie even more. Specifically the Hot Ones video because that was just a funny video, just in general. Um, but yeah, this movie's great, man. Like the religion. Oh yeah, the religion part of it. Well, did you go into it already? What did you think about the religion part?
No, I think the religion part, I think I saw some videos of people that a lot of Christians were criticizing it
Mm-hmm.
because I think also that's historical. Remember
Yes.
how the movie it's all about sinners, but technically, let's talk about it. If it wasn't a vampire movie, it would have been a music history movie. And then
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, again, historical points of life, like they were criticizing the sinners will be the people that were like creating or having a beautiful voice like Miles or creating music like the blues. So
Mm-hmm.
just by the fact of doing music and that they were not in church doing things for fun. Um, there was a lot of people criticizing it in terms of that because
Yeah.
some people watch movies but they don't understand like the messages behind it. It's not about just like sinners because certain things or like vampire or stuff. It's more what is behind it, what is behind the story of each character, the development. So it was
Yeah.
interesting to see it, but from a yeah religion perspective, I think they represented it really good as well. Like he being the preach boy and like the son of a preacher. So it's kind of cool to see that too.
I feel like this is the biggest like rabbit hole you can get yourself into, but the beginning conflict is that like so basically just a historical context, speaking as a Christian, go back. Christians sometimes take the religion way too seriously to the point where those the hardcore Christians are like, hey, nothing like we're dead serious about like this religion. Like don't play with it, don't mess with it, no none of that. Don't even criticize it. So whenever a story or a book or a movie or any type of entertainment uh dips into Christianity and stuff like that, there's always going to be some pushback on it. And part of the plot is that the preacher boy is choosing music um over preaching, right? Or over being involved with the church. His father doesn't want him to do that. Once again, this is the 30s, so like it was like really really pressed on the people like, "Hey, that music is like a lot of it's against what um it's against Christianity to choose like a music path or to sing the blues." And the blues, I believe, was known as the devil's music as well within Christianity.
So to
So
say, yeah.
yeah, so then the fact that that invites the vampires in aligns it with that kind of that's a metaphor for that. And but then there's also a double entendre with once again that scene with when Miles goes crazy with his music. It exactly any secular music that's not like gospel is considered the devil's music basically. So but when we interact with that music, you see it in that scene, we are all free and we're all like experiencing a connection and escape almost from like all the troubles that they went through that day. Because like also another fact about this movie, this is all taking place basically within one day. So we learn so much about these characters and their struggles leading up to the juke joint party, and then when the party comes up or when the party basically begins, and they start like jamming out to the music, you almost forget what the characters had been through up until that point. You're just watching them have fun, which I think is just like another metaphor for like how powerful music is to transport you into another place, to make you forget all your worries and all that good stuff. So I like how the film gave you that feeling through the music and how that connects to the religious undertones.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm watching the trailer get on loop, and that scene when Grace screams, bro.
Yeah, she. I know Mother said it earlier, but yeah, I'm like, man, if you,
If
I'm not
you
gonna,
should have,
not gonna elaborate on it, but I was just like, all right, come on, Grace, like, let's be serious.
you know what I like? I like that this movie is also made with different actors and actresses that you don't see that much. Because you know
Yeah,
how you always get the biggest movies with the same biggest characters. I don't know, like
yeah,
they would put Brad Pitt as the evil guy or something like that, or
hmm
Captain America. But they chose different people that we don't see a lot of them together in a way. And to be honest, if you see that character, the vampire guy,
hmm
in a normal photo, he doesn't look at all. Like the way that he looks physically in the movie,
hmm
wow. It's insanity, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I
yeah,
really loved the cast a lot. I love the cast of this movie.
hmm once again, just not a single bad uh performance here. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, any last thoughts on Sinners? I think we covered just about all of it.
I mean, I would love, because I didn't watch it, but I would love for you to maybe tell us what was about the video, that how he made the image for the movie to be like
Yes.
that.
So I will I'm just not realizing this was actually the trailer I saw in the theaters. But oh, here we go. So here's the. Okay, I'm gonna skim through it, but basically it starts with him describing. Let me make sure it's actually showing. Okay, cool. And also, what's going on, Emery? See you popping through.
Hey.
Um, yeah, for sure. Like I was just talking about that. The whole like the way he played the twins, they were very, very like distinct. So I really like that. And how it wasn't just like you almost couldn't tell he was playing twins. So yeah. And yeah, shout out to another bit of representation. Shout out to the Choctaw Nation, like with those
Oh
characters
yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
What they do is hilarious, but I don't want to give that away. So that their involvement was hilarious a little bit. So
Oh really? Do you think?
yeah, because they were basically like, how do I say? They're basically like, yeah, y'all got it, and just dipped. Like they,
Oh, okay,
cause
okay, okay. I see, I see.
yeah. So then, because it's to the point where I almost forgot they were even in the movie because they left so early.
I literally forgot they were because
Yeah,
it's so okay. Yeah,
yeah,
you guys will see.
because people were like, yeah, he was like, yeah, they basically just dipped early, and I was like, wait, who are they again? I was like, oh, those people, and I was like, oh yeah, they did. It was like I don't want to say when it was in the movie, but it was basically smack dab in the middle. I was like, oh yeah, they
Hey,
were gone by the time the
they
sun went
got they
down.
got the survival instincts. They're like, we out.
Yeah, basically. So but yeah, so here Ryan Coogler starts out breaking down the different. Actually, let me pause it right there. That's a good place to pause it. He breaks down the different film ratios of like or film formats, I should say, of what most filmmakers have used and like throughout the history of film. So what we're most familiar with is the 35 millimeter, or I'm pointing. I'm not going to point. So the 35 millimeter is what we're most familiar with, and there's also the Super 8 and the Super 16. Some have the same material. Some formats have the same materials as others. Some are different material, but anyway, what Sinners was filmed in was IMAX and Ultra Panavision, and they're basically 65 to 70 millimeter. So there are a lot of basically there's a higher resolution and
Mm-hmm.
a he said shallower depth of field. I'm not 100% sure like what depth of field means, but I think it means like what's in the foreground is more sharp and what's in the background is like more like you can have it more out of focus. Um, but don't quote me on that one. Basically, it allows the picture to look a little nicer. Ultra Panavision makes it. Well, okay, let me skip to the video because he'll show the difference between Ultra Panavision and IMAX is that IMAX rolls. So how a film, of course, how a projector works is that it rolls vertically or horizontally. In IMAX, these 65, 70 millimeter tapes or film rolls in horizontally. When it's in Ultra Panavision, it rolls vertically. So then, when we're talking about the actual frame and like what it looks like, this is what you would see in Ultra Panavision. It's widescreen, and it still looks great, but with IMAX, the whole thing is like taking up way more of the screen. Um,
Mm.
and he mentioned that there will be multiple ways to see this film. Like he's like basically talking about when you're getting your tickets. Um, you could do the most widely available version is that Ultra Panavision version. But if you go to an IMAX theater, this will happen where the movie is an Ultra Panavision, but then it'll expand into that IMAX format. And then there's the really
Mm.
rare showing where the whole film stays in IMAX the entire time, like with right here. And you could get more out of the scene. So Yeah, I would love to see it in that version where it's just IMAX from beginning to end. But unfortunately, it's really rare. But I do want to see it in IMAX just to see those specific IMAX scenes, like yeah, just to see those specific IMAX scenes. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm wondering.
Insane. That's so insane.
Yeah, so hopefully that all made sense. Just kind of like paraphrasing it all, but and
Wait, hold up. It says Lincoln Square in New York. Searching up
yeah, let me see. I think he zooms in on the list.
Lincoln Square.
Here we go. Yeah, Lincoln Square, New York. A couple LA places. Um, yeah, how far is that away from you, Lincoln Square?
Lincoln Square 13. Interesting. That's. I mean, it's in New York. New York is gigantic, but it's not that far.
Okay, yeah. So, so maybe that could be your
Ah,
second, your
I'm
second
gonna
viewing.
see it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
plan to see it.
yeah.
That's actually cool.
Mother, that's a good question. So she says, I wonder how they'll show it on the physical release. I think maybe it depends on like what type of TV you have. Um, I don't know how they do. As a matter of fact, I don't know how they do IMAX films on DVD or like a streaming release anyway. Like, do they just cover the entire like TV or yeah? Now that I think about it, I'm not really sure. But yeah. Um, but yeah, really love this video. It's from Kodak, the channel Kodak, and then aspect ratios with Center's director Ryan Coogler. 10 minutes, but it doesn't really feel like 10 minutes, and he really breaks it down pretty nicely. So yeah,
But I think we can close it out for sinners. Definitely, guys, check it out. Oh, super important. Stay for the credits. Stay literally until the
yes,
last minute. That's all I gotta say.
yeah, mid credit and post credit. Yeah. What movies do you while I look up my list and add to my list of movies coming out? What movies do you anticipate like throughout this year?
I I'm interested because that's the thing. I haven't been to the movies a lot, and now that I'm going back because here and there, um, I think the one obviously I'm looking forward because you guys know me. It's Lilo and Stitch. Like that's a
Oh
must.
yeah.
I gotta see it because Lilo, it's me. I am Lilo.
Hmm.
Um, so definitely looking forward to Lilo and Stitch. I recently saw a trailer of Jackie Chan in a movie about something about karate or something, and I was like, I thought he was done because it's a legend person, and but he's a little in the elderly, but he was acting like I was like, wait, what? That he still got it? Okay, I want to see whatever comes with Jackie Chan. I think he's amazing.
Hmm.
Um, and other than that, I don't know what else that is coming up that I would like to see. Um, I do want to see Minecraft. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, because that also came out earlier this month, I believe.
Yeah. And then they made a movie out of the video game Until Dawn. Have you seen that?
No.
But I
I
think
forgot about
obviously
that. Yeah.
the movie's gonna be I think differently obviously about the video game. But it's the interesting way that they did it. I haven't seen the movie, but I saw a video about a trailer about it. And basically, Until Dawn, when you're playing the video game, you have to choose depending on your actions is the ending.
Hmm.
The movie basically is gonna be exactly that. They're gonna show you different endings because it's a loop. So it's an interesting way of making movies. I know that's not like the best because it's a little too fictional and I don't know, it's gonna be chaotic. But it's interesting. They're trying to do movies out of video games.
Yeah. And on that note, like, there's even something I've like, mother actually just shared this today, or yesterday, I think. There's a movie, the game Split Fiction that just came out.
Yeah.
They're gonna be making a movie off of that. Like they're in the
Oh
production of it.
wow.
Yeah,
Oh
and
wait, I saw the girl that they trying to cast
yes, Sydney
for the.
Sweeney.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, huh, that was quick. Like I think it's a little too quick for that, but we'll just have to
I
see.
know.
What I say with every movie, I'm just like, you know what? We'll have to see a trailer. Like that's yeah, it's fine. Um,
Actress, interesting.
yeah. We also have a couple Marvel movies coming out. Thunderbolts, the new Marvel movie, comes out next weekend, and I had no idea it was next weekend. So gotta go ahead and see that. Fantastic Four is another one
Oh
that's
my
in.
god, Fantastic Four. Yes, definitely looking forward to that.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of hate in social media about the movie because it's different. Guess what? Different, it's amazing. I think I would not want to see just another Avengers movie, buildings getting destructed in the same way. I wanted these to be something different, and I think I love the idea. I just hope that it doesn't flop because I just hope that it's good. But I love it. I keep looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Like it feels fresh. Like it feels like something truly new instead of being stuck on like the MCU's past. Like this actually just feels like something new. And like something where like a true authentic version of Fantastic Four or a version that just seems legitimately interesting. Because like I feel like people are always going to complain about the comic accuracy of stuff when really that stuff it just doesn't matter as much as
It
people
does
think it does.
not. It does not. People that watch movies, most of the people they don't read the comics, so they don't even know what is behind the story of certain characters. And second, when you're doing something as fresh as Fantastic Four, I think I love that they're going like back in time. Like you can tell they're gonna do it from back in the day.
Yeah.
So I'm interested about that because I did saw a lot of people criticizing the Silver is a woman. The Silver guy, he's a woman now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, come on, give it a chance. Like,
Because it's like it's not gonna break the movie automatically because like Silver Surfer is female, and then also apparently there is a female Silver Surfer. Um, Now I don't know why they have her in the film. I don't know why she's in the film, but I don't really care about it as long as like the story is good. So yeah,
you know what is the story about the Silver guy, right? Like, what is it called? Surfer?
yeah,
Silver
Silver
Surfer?
Surfer,
The story is that his planet is gonna get destructed by the big guy, which is
Galactus.
not Thanos, Galactus. Galactus is gonna destroy his planet, and he offers him, "Hey, I will not destroy your planet if you give me more planets." So
Yep.
apparently, back in that comic, this actually character had a woman that he loved, and Galactus literally said, "I'm gonna kill this woman if you don't help me." Like basically, the story is like, "I'm gonna kill this woman. I'm gonna kill your planet if you don't help me get more planets." Because remember, Galactus gets power from planets. That's basically, I don't even know why he's created, but basically that's all he does. So, in the comics, instead of being Silver Surfer, the guy getting help Galactus, there's a comic that it's actually his love, the woman actually that gets the offer from Galactus saying, "I'm gonna
Mm.
kill this man that you love and your
Mm-hmm.
planet if you don't become the Silver Surfer and help me get planets." So there's like the same thing that happens with on different universes that can happen in movies, and I think people are not used to it, and you should be used to it because you guys watched Spider-Man and you loved it. There was three Spider-Mans in the same scene. In what comic that happens like that crazy like that movie happened? People should be used to like say, okay, maybe this is the way the Fantastic Four was, but this is another multi-universe that this happened as it is by a woman being the Silver Surfer or whatever.
And honestly, like the MCU,
So
I don't know if people like have a specific standard for. I don't know what people want from the MCU anymore. Like if we're going from the online
people say
perspective,
anything about anything, bro.
like
You cannot make nobody happy.
yeah, like I just don't like I honestly feel bad for Marvel sometimes that they have to keep this thing
I
going.
feel bad about entertainment overall. Like each of us, we criticize movies so hard, like we made them, and I'm like, do you guys know how many hours they put into this creation? why you guys are criticizing it this hard? But an
Hmm.
example that you guys will might not understand, for those of you that are Star Wars fans, when Anakin, the guy from Anakin, was created, his character, by Star Wars fan, that by the way, the Star Wars story was invented. They just put it out there from books that are millennial years old. And this fan people that they, oh, I reread the books, we read the story from no, 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 no. Those Star Wars movies were invented in a way. They put Anakin Skywalker. Guess what? That poor actor got actually trashed out by their fans for years, guys. So this is how media is in entertainment. That's why we gotta talk about movies. Is because at the first presentation of a scene of somebody new, people hate it because no, Anakin Skywalker wasn't like that. This actor is bad. Blah 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 blah. 20 years later, look at the guy that did Anakin Skywalker. Everybody's loving him. Now finally he literally has been crying and I can understand him. When he did his role and he was just a little boy, like I don't know, almost 20 years or something, a lot of people trashed him. A lot of people said, "You're bad. You're not Anakin Skywalker. This is not the story. This is not how Star Wars happened. This is not blah blah." And look at that. The movie literally is still making money after 20, 30 years, which is kind of insane. It's still making money.
Like that's that revisionist history where people like say it's bad on release, but then they want to come back to it and be like, actually, this is actually pretty good. I can't imagine how annoyed like an actor or a director must be to like actually see that. Like it was, yeah.
And it's also generational. I feel like the old generation, maybe it's those old people that saw the Star Wars movies. They were like, "Oh no, this guy, it's super young. He doesn't know what he's doing. What a trash character." Blah blah.
Hmm.
Their kids are like, "Dad, what are you talking about? Anakin Skywalker is the freaking best person. Like, what are you
And,
talking about?"
and that's a good point because Star Wars has gotten so toxic ever since the sequel trilogy came out, and when we got to like Rise of Skywalker, the third movie of the sequel trilogy, which was just Disney basically walking back everything they did with Last Jedi, which I actually, well, that was all over the place. That's a whole other thing. But basically, a reviewer was like, you know what? I wonder what kids would think about the sequel trilogy because everything we hear about the buzz on the sequel trilogy and the criticisms and stuff is based around the people who either grew up with the prequels or the original trilogy, and like all the adults or somewhat teenagers talking about it. But like, what about the little kids, like who Star Wars is kind of originally made for? What would they think of the sequel trilogy without any prior knowledge, without any of the behind the scenes mess that Disney went through? What would they think about it? And that's an interesting thing because to them, they might like the sequel trilogy. I think the trilogy is a little flawed because of the whole how the story went and how there's no planning with the all three movies, which is insane for something like Star Wars. But to a kid that's never heard that and they're just taking the story face value, like they might like it and like you know what, cool, they can like it. I don't have like you don't have to. Not everything has to be the best or worst thing ever. It could just be based on your like personal connection to it, and that's an interesting thing to see with like how generations take a movie, like how they have an opinion on a certain movie. So yeah,
Actually, VS was asking if we had time to talk about Mission Impossible, but I think you talk about it a little.
yeah. So appreciate you for pointing that out. So yeah, VS, I'm actually that was one of the movies. I was one of the earlier questions was like, what movies are we looking forward to, for the rest of the year? And I just realized I wasn't really paying attention to like what dropped after Sinners. So Mission Impossible Final Reckoning is one of those movies, and I saw the budget $400 million. Like that's more than Avengers Endgame, and
Wait, when it was, I think it was released on May 23, so that was a month ago.
no, it's that's that's next month.
Oh, May 23. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm in the future.
I was
A
like, wait a
month from
minute.
now. Holy shit. Actually, I went in the freaking history of time. Don't tell anybody that I travel the time. Don't tell. I have the travel time. Okay, so first of all, Mission Impossible fans, are we
Yes.
gonna see Tom Cruise die in this freaking movie? Because that guy said, "Oh, if I'm not dying, it's not worth it."
Well, if we're gonna be honest, he probably should have died a couple movies ago, but that's neither here nor there. Um,
Honestly, I feel like he's like that crazy. I think he literally will say, "I'm actually, I don't care dying right now. Let's just record it and put it. If I die, I think he has to have it on the agreement. He's
the
like, if I die, just keep rolling the
the,
camera."
the
Ta- ta- ta-
greatest
ta.
the greatest movie stunt of all time. Like,
He's crazy. Okay, first of all, he's crazy. He's obsessed with
yeah.
making Mission Impossible. I think that was his thing because I feel that I will be interested to watch this actor his movies before Mission Impossible. I have a feeling that he just got obsessed with Mission Impossible and he said, "I'm not letting this franchise die never."
Um,
So,
I mean, well,
yeah.
Top Gun is good. I need to see the original
Top
Top
Gun,
Gun,
yeah.
but then like Top Gun Maverick. Well, I've seen Top Gun Maverick, but not the original Top Gun. Top Gun Maverick is actually pretty good, by the way. But I I don't think he's gonna die. But
And he should not because if he's gonna leave lunch and he's talking about it, we hope he's okay.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, like I don't, because if anything, they're either gonna do like he dies or he rises into the sunset. Um, maybe like I think this is confirmed to be the last Mission Impossible as well. Hopefully, you know,
hopefully, because that
because they need to do that with Fast and Furious too. Because I think Fast and Furious, they got another one coming out. I
oh my
think
god, let's do not start about that one.
I love that franchise so much. I know way too much about Fast and Furious than that. Like someone should be. Um, so like I could tell you everything about the film. Like
Oh my god,
have you watched it?
I think we talked about this like a year or 2 years ago in my stream. We were watching all the Fast and Furious trailers.
Hmm.
And I think there was a point that I was like, okay, after this one I'm just not watching anything. I haven't watched the one with Jason Momoa, I think. I haven't watched that one. So that was
Oh,
the last one I think.
that's that's the 10th one.
I think the last one I watched he has a boy and that's about it, I think. Um I don't know. I feel like Fast and Furious. I think they're good because they're fun to watch. I guess
Hmm.
people are gonna be like, we're gonna watch it. We're used to it. Let's see what's next.
Yeah, Nova said that after 6 I was good. So that was fun fact. So if you stopped watching at 6, let me double check because I think 7 came out in 2015. Yeah, okay. 6 came out in 2013. Um, over 10 years ago, and they're they're on the. That's insane. And then
I'm not gonna lie. I used
yeah,
to have
that's
that
crazy.
song as my ringtone on my phone, the Tokyo Drift one.
Oh yeah. For sure. Yeah. Now, and here's the thing about Tokyo Drift, and I'm sorry to disappoint some of the people or VS. Tokyo Drift, probably my least favorite. I love the
Oh,
song. Yeah, it just is a little disconnected from
yeah,
the
it was like
plot.
a side quest. It was a side quest movie.
Yeah.
That's what I would call it, a side quest. But I liked it. It was something different. I was gonna say, do you guys knew that the actor that he dies on Fast and Furious and then he comes back?
Yes.
The Asian guy.
Han. Yeah, Han. Han came back in 9. Yes.
The other day in Twitter, because obviously, sadly, I have a Twitter. Somebody posted his picture with his family, and I don't know if it's fake, because AI and people making photos, but apparently it was him with his mom, dad, and sister, and he was actually his mom is obviously mom Asian, and his dad is a stepdad. He's black, so he has a
Hmm.
black stepsister. So the Twitter was like, "Oh, that's why he's so cool, and we accept him on like Fast and Furious movies because he's step
Twitter.
family, and I'm like, what? Why am I seeing this on Twitter, bro?
That's what you get with Twitter. Like,
But I don't know if that's true though. I feel like it could be fake news.
yeah.
But yeah, I
So
think Fast and Furious we will see it maybe if it comes out.
yeah, because like it's supposed to be a part two to the 10th one. Um,
Mhm.
they haven't released a trailer or anything yet. I think I don't. If they're not releasing the film this year, it'll probably be next year. I think. But VS to clarify, the ending of so six has the main villain is what's his first name? It's one of the Shaw brothers,
Huh.
and Fast 32 hovercrafts.
Oh,
Hilarious.
Fast and Furious crossover with Back to the Future.
That people have been saying they need to collaborate with Transformers, which I'm low key down for. You know, if you
I,
want to go to space, then hey,
I'm not
Transformers
gonna
is right
lie.
there.
If they do that crossover, that would make money because watching Bumblebee with, he's gonna
Hmm.
be like, bro, why you guys drive like this?
Yeah. But yeah, so the ending of six ties into seven, and it makes Tokyo Drift canon because of how like Han got killed, basically. So yeah, yeah, Optimus, and I would love to
That
see.
makes me laugh so much. Optimus and Vin Diesel, bro. Oh my god, I'm done.
Yeah,
I will be like turn off the TV and then watch it again later. Um,
this is so stupid that they stick with it. They stick with it. You can see some people have their movies in chat. We got so have you seen Now You See Me, that series?
I saw the first one. I really liked it because it was again something fresh and different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing about the movie industry. Like when you make something different and new, it's nice. So I did like it. I haven't watched second one though.
And as you can see, Key they could have stopped that too. Two is definitely enough because I'm like, huh? I'm like,
They made wait. They made two or three. What are we talking about?
so they made two in 2016, and they're coming out with another one this year.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so I'm like, huh? I'm like, wait a
I
minute.
think one is enough because you know what's the vibe of that movie? Do you remember the movie about this man's that they rob a casino? A classic one that George Clooney is there.
Ooh,
Oh no,
I'm not
am I
sure. No.
confusing? Let me see.
Yeah, see if you could look that up.
George Clooney.
The funny thing is, I think he played multiple roles like that. Um.
Oh really? He's only oh Ocean 11.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm.
It's not about the same thing. It's not the same topic, but it's the vibe. I feel like it was
Gotcha.
like that Ocean 11 vibe.
Hmm.
The first one that they made, and after that, I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy that George Clooney roles are always similar. Insane.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think I heard you talk about Avatar.
Yes. Feelings about Avatar 1, 2, and the third one is coming out this year. What you think?
Too. They made a second one.
Yeah.
Damn, where have I
Well,
been?
that answers my question. So we both need to watch two at some point. It was
Oh, I remember. You know what? I skipped it.
yeah, same.
I think okay, this is what happened. Avatar
And this is
was
a
launched.
blue people Avatar, by the way, just for
Yeah, yeah.
clarification. Yeah.
Avatar was launched, and I think it was such a great movie and an industry change maker too. But I feel the guy took too much time
I agree.
to develop a second one. So hopefully they don't take that time to make a third one if it's needed. I haven't seen the second one to see if it's needed. Like, do we have to stop it or what? Because I think the creator, who's the creator of that movie? James Cameron is the director.
Yeah. Hmm.
I feel like I don't like that they make movies so far between each other because hello, we're humans, we can die any day. You know how many people maybe died they didn't see Avatar 2? That's actually sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello. So, we're humans. Don't
Mm.
create movies like you're making movies for aliens or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I gotta watch it though. I gotta watch it, but I have a feeling that I might like it or not, depending if the the problem of the movie it's like interesting or not. Like what is it about?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a TV. Okay, sorry, I thought I heard something. Um, he said he had to wait for the CGI to catch up with his ideas. I remember, yeah, because it was stuck in development for a very long time. Like that sequel. I mean, but the two Avatar 2 was still successful. So I mean, he made. I remember the story saying that he had to make 1 billion to break even, which is insane. Not only did he make the money, but now this is like still the highest one of the highest grossing movies. I don't know if it's on the top now or not. But still like still crazy.
And talking about that, one of my favorite actresses that I actually love her, and she's probably one of my crushes of life. Um,
Mhm.
Zoe Saldana.
Yes, yeah.
She's literally in every high movie pay. Like she's in
Oh yeah.
Avatar, she's getting her pay of that, but she's also in the other movies that are really high paid, like Guardians of Galaxy,
Mhm. Yep.
obviously Avatar 2, and the different Guardians. So she's literally in one of the best movies making money out of it. And then recently they did a couple movies that it was interesting. She's in a movie called Emilia Perez. I've been interesting to watch it because I do like independent movies or like that they're related to culture and stuff. So that one is interesting. I want to watch it.
Let me know what you think because that movie has been in a lot of controversy.
Oh
Not
really?
yeah, and I don't want to steer you away from it. I because I feel like your perspective would be a little more authentic since you are Puerto Rican. Like you would know because the long and short of it is the Oscar tried to back it up as a serious nominee to for representation purposes, and it's like okay, you guys are trying to get more movies represented like that, especially an indie Spanish film. But the film, the director apparently didn't do any prior research or any authentic, like true authentic representation of like Spanish speaking people. And apparently, the Spanish, like in the movie, by Spanish speakers, Spanish speakers said that it was like it almost felt like they were using Google Translate to like write to say the dialogue and stuff. Um,
OMG.
yeah, and then and one of the lead actors was in some controversy and like with their politics and stuff like that. It was just a huge mess like that, and the Oscars like chose to back it. It wasn't a great look, but then again, I never seen the movie, so like um yeah, I would be interested to see like what your thoughts on that one is if you see it. Um,
Damn, kind of cool. In terms that what it made me interested about wanting to watch it is because obviously it's Zoe, but then it's apparently about gender, about trans,
yes, yeah,
and it's like this person is acting as obviously as a trans person. So I love to see how the same thing as Michael B. Jordan doing two different roles, like how this person is doing these two roles. Because I think I saw the actress doing the role, and she was explaining how he had to disconnect and actually act from this and then this later,
mm-hmm.
which I just want to see that. But the story behind it, I think I saw the criticism, and even people from Mexico were saying like they were utilizing our things, but they were actually not supportive of things, and I don't know.
Right, yeah. So then, some other movies, coming out. We mentioned Avatar, Cobra Kai. Capri also says she's interested in like Until Dawn. Um, so
The
did
Loop,
that already come out, or is that's coming out? Right.
I think, is out.
Okay, got it.
It's out today. Actually, today was the launch date.
Oh snap.
Yesterday,
Okay, well
today.
there you go. Then Jurassic World, the new one coming out. Are you gonna see that?
Jurassic World is pretty close to Fast and Furious vibe.
Yeah, like it just feels like it keeps going.
They took their time to make new movies, and then when they took their time, out of nowhere, they want to make more. I'm
Hmm.
like, give me a good story though, because there's no way we're just talking about always dinosaurs. I don't know, dinosaurs like getting out of the zoo and killing people. Like that's not even. Why is the same story? Like, what, you guys
Right.
don't know how good security guys? Like, what the hell's going on?
Exactly. And like, who keeps thinking of dinosaur theme parks? That's the part that be getting me. Like, yeah, it's deep.
But
Yeah.
you want to change it up to anime before we wrap up everything?
Oh, sure. Yeah, and we still got to talk about Switch too. But yes,
Oh wait, you switched too. Yeah.
yeah, we'll do anime first to kind of transition in.
Okay.
Let's see. And there's also two more movies, Rush Hour 4, which I think is in production. I'll need to see a trailer for that one because I'm just like, that's-
Hold up. What?
yeah.
First of all,
Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan are back in
I
Rush Hour
was
4.
just talking about Jackie Chan. That poor guy, bro. We gotta see the truth. Is he actually him? Or this is copy that made of him? Because that poor guy was getting, backlash about his health and stuff. So that's why I was surprised he's doing another Karate Kid thing.
Yeah.
Um, but I love Rush Hour. Like I think I was rewatching the movies like a couple months ago, and oh my god, that first one, holy moly,
Hmm.
it's so hilarious, and the way that oh my god,
I've only seen the
I love.
end. I need to go. I've seen three. I need to see. I've seen parts of two, and I've seen the end of one. So I want to go through all the whole Rush Hour trilogy because I would really like it. But yeah, so that and the new John Wick spinoff, Ballerina, I think it's called. That's coming out. That might be a streaming or a flight movie for me. Just if I'm interested.
Oh really? Oh, talking about movies, that flight movie. My recent flight. I watched. I watched the movie with Denzel Washington. Oh my goodness,
Action movie.
the one about Greek.
Macbeth.
The one about the Greek years
Um,
fighting
Gladiator 2.
Gladiator 2.
Yeah, what you think?
Holy moly. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. I really loved it because it had the essence of the first ones.
Hmm.
It had the continuum of the first one. But I don't know why. I just love the acting of each character. Denzel Washington literally was so good that I hate him so much.
Hmm.
I loved it. I loved it because it's a way that you were watching the movie, and if you haven't watched the first one, it's been years, obviously. You're like, whatever. But then, as soon as they start developing the story, you're like, oh my god, they're connecting it so good.
Hmm.
And in a way, yes, I think they did it a little quick. They have to turn things right away quickly, but I don't know. I loved it. I don't know. It was different. It was different. That's what I liked it. It was different. It was the message was there, the
Hmm.
plot was there, so I liked it. I don't know.
I'm not gonna. I forgot it came out honestly. Like, cause that was like kind of late last year, and then once you start moving into like the Oscar season, and then you continue on to this year's of movies, like the last bit of 2024 movies can kind of get forgotten in that space. Because I low key forget that Sonic 3 even came out last year, but still one of the best movies of the year though
Don't kill me, guys. I
for me.
haven't watched any of the Sonic movies.
I mean, it's fine. Like you can definitely like catch up with it.
No,
I do
I want to
recommend
watch them. I know they're good. They seem like there's one is one of the best video games adaptation to movie stuff, but
it. It is. Yeah.
I just didn't sit down to watch the first one, and out of nowhere, there's like three. I'm like, whoa, wait, hold up a minute. I didn't even sit down to watch the first one, and you guys already have like three.
Yeah.
Slow down. So I gotta
Yeah.
watch him.
Okay. Anime. So we'll do anime. Switch to Marvel Rivals. Uh. I wanted to ask, what is are you're watching Bleach now, right? This will just be like anime check in. So yeah.
Well, my check-in is that I've been procrastinating a lot about anime. So you and I were watching Dragon Ball, and after that, I couldn't. I couldn't watch anime. I haven't been watching anime. I just been watching shows.
Hmm.
Um, but I got
Yeah. See the shirt.
Bleach. I think I do like Bleach a lot, but then the recent anime I was watching, yeah, it was Bleach, and then I only watched Demon Slayer the first season. I didn't watch after the movie. I think I saw some part, and I haven't watched the continuation of that. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I think anime I'm really left out. So you might be better than me on which ones you've been watching, because I know you've been watching a lot.
Yes. My dad and I had this talk yesterday because I'm still kind of telling. He's still like uh starting to understand that like no, I watch a lot of anime, and I don't like when I look back at like last year. That was like most of the TV that I was watching. Like if it was rare if I was watching like a non-anime TV show, and that's something I want to improve on this year. Cause like Andor, so Andor is coming back out. Squid Game came out earlier this year, and the season 3 is coming out this summer. So, and I've been hearing a lot about Severance. So I'm like, you know what? I need to go back into more like live action shows and balance it out with the anime I'm watching. So, with
That's the
anime,
twist I did. That's the twist I did. I changed from watching
mhm,
anime at all, like completely, and now that I've been watching more real person things,
yeah,
and but I do have to watch Andor as well. Like I know that you were starting it because Andor 2 is out,
hmm,
so I gotta watch the first season.
yeah. And for me, I'm rewatching. I'm doing a rewatch on the first season, and then I'm gonna catch up to wherever the second season is, because second season is gonna be week to week. Like Mother said, first 3 episodes of the second season are out. So basically, yeah, gonna try to get through this rewatch as fast as possible, and then like then I'll be up to date with week to week Andor season 2, because I can't wait to like dig into that season. But with the biggest thing in anime right now for me personally is my One Piece journey. Literally, for the people that don't know, you guys in the chat probably already know. Like, if you know me, you know I'm doing this. But I am watching at least one episode of One Piece every day, literally every day, 7 days a week, like every week, like literally dedicated to it. And the rule is watch at least one, but it could be 2 episodes or 3 episodes. The average of what I've been watching is about three. Sometimes I go like overboard into like 7 episodes, because you know when you have those afternoons when you just like don't really have much to do, you can get through a lot of episodes since One Piece
Yeah,
episodes are pretty short. The standard 20 minutes. That's been really fun lately. For the people that know the story, I'm almost done with the Skypiea arc. Um, I'll share. It's the arc is fine. Some people say that arc is a little slow and it's a little long, because the arc itself is like 40 something episodes. No filler either. So like it's like you
oh
got to
wow.
like go straight through the 40 something episodes. It's
Wait,
all
so you're doing that? No fillers?
yeah, no, yeah, you know me. I skip fillers. So yeah, I'm like, I don't need it. Um, but One Piece doesn't really have that much. I mean, it has a lot of filler, I guess, if you count up
Mm.
the episodes technically, but it doesn't make up most of the show though. Like 10% of the show is filler, as opposed to
Hmm.
something like Naruto, where it's like half of the show um is filler. So like just in comparison, like that's kind of gives you an idea of
I
it.
have a question for you.
Yes.
So I recognize that you've been watching a lot of the animes that are classic and are legendary. So
Hmm.
I call it. I saw a post the other day. They call it the top three, which is like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and there was a third one.
Do you mean the big three?
Big three. Is it Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and One Piece?
So Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach.
And Bleach. Okay, Bleach is the one.
Yeah.
From those top three, what is like your favorite?
Okay. So I haven't watched Bleach. I don't know a single thing about it. Um, but what right now One Piece is in the lead though. One Piece is in the lead. Naruto is two. Um, and on that note, I am gonna move into where I'm at with Naruto because that's another
Mm-hmm.
show I'm watching. I'm moving into basically I'm basically in between original Naruto and Shippuden because I skipped all that filler
Oh wow.
in the original
Mm-hmm.
Naruto. So moving into Shippuden probably throughout like the rest of this year.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can, I'm at a pace with One Piece where I can pretty much catch up within the end of this year or at the start of next year. So I'm thinking if I have Naruto and One Piece on my belt, then I could start to move into. I'm like, you know what? We're two of the big three, but like we have those watched. Let's move into Bleach. Like, why not? So I definitely want to have a stream where I talk about like comparing the big three and stuff. So, but in a little bit of context as to why they're called the big three, all of these writers are pretty much influenced by Akira Toriyama and like what he did with Dragon Ball. So like they grew up when the Dragon Ball manga was like originally released throughout like the late 80s and 90s. So they created their stories under his influence and then influenced another generation of people within the 2000s kind of. So yeah, and they push anime to like anime and manga to like further heights. So yeah.
Okay. Are you making the list of the animes you're watching and then crossing over like which one you're completing?
My I'm crazy, so my process is kind of it's like complicated, but it's pretty like simple. So basically, I call Naruto and One Piece the constants. They're always going to be there. They're very well, especially One Piece because it's like 1,000 episodes. So that's like the thing that I'm always going to like keep watching for a while. Um, and but then there's some shows like what's another Full Metal Alchemist, which I'm going to be moving
Yeah.
into. Um, hopefully, I think within this week or like next week or whatever. That show is like 60 something episodes. So like that's like a main event. I don't know what I exactly called it, but that's one of those like okay, I could watch this like while I'm watching One Piece. I could just like dip into this real quick and then like finish this on the side. Um, then there's also shows like I'm trying to think of a short show. There's this anime called Angel Beats that I
Okay.
already watched. Only like
Yeah, I've heard
12.
about it.
Yeah, only I think I put the review in your Discord. Only about 12, 13 episodes. That's like a quick like you could watch that on a weekend or like a solo leveling when season 1 was out. I finished that within the weekend. So those are like easy like very short shows. Like you got short shows, you got like shows like Full Metal Alchemist and Demon Slayer where they have a big fan base. Mother's especially been on me about Demon Slayer. Just want to put that out there. But definitely gonna get to it soon after Full Metal. But these are shows with big fan bases that aren't like over 100 episodes. Then you got the over 100 episode shows like your Naruto's, your One Pieces, your Bleach, Dragon Ball as well that are gonna take longer. So yeah, just a lot of balancing with it. At one point I was able to handle like 5 animes at a time. That was like last year though. This year is like nah, I gotta. It's just basically One Piece, Naruto, and whatever other anime I want to start, pretty much. Oh, and not to mention, I am keeping up with some animes week to week, which is easier to
Okay.
do because you're just watching one episode, like just 20 minutes out of your week, just to catch up with the one of the shows. So I do have 4 of those during this April. So
You know what's funny, guys? You guys have here the anime watchers in two sides. Like Nighthawk loves to skip fillers. I am the straight opposite, like opposite of it. I like fillers because I have like for some reason this is gonna be my explanation, but I have like a little FOMO of missing out of things, even though they're not important. I'm like, I want to know how this person did, why he did this, and I don't know. I get entertained by fillers. So the reason that I'm caught on Bleach and stuck is because I'm watching literally a filler of like things that is going on around the city,
Hmm.
which is not important, by the way. So I forget like the actual story. But Naruto, I do the same. I like fillers,
Hmm.
and people would criticize me. Oh, skip the Naruto fillers. They're not that important. And I'm like, yeah, I love fillers. Also, what do you guys like? Do you guys like filler, no filler, and subs or dubs? Because I think that's also how Nighthawk and I are different.
Well, depends on the show. I will say that. 'Cause I,
But you have changed in some areas, right? Like you say that you like dub, but then recently you have changed. I watch everything in original language. I love watching people
mhm.
original language, so I'm a sub person.
Yeah, I am. If it's a new show, and if they don't, especially they don't, if they don't have that English dub ready, I'm fine with sub for sure. Um, Dubs, yeah, this is why it depends on the show because I feel like with Naruto, I'll use Naruto as an example. Actually, Naruto and One Piece are different in this case because One Piece I'm watching all in sub, original language, because the dub it's not the four. So for One Piece fans, it's not the Four Kids dub. That's not even available anymore because the Four Kids dub was trash, and it probably turned off a lot of fans back in the day. Like I heard some of the footage of it, and I was like, "Ooh, this is terrible." They censored a bunch of stuff within the story, and One Piece is a pretty mature story in some points, so the censoring was not good at all either. So, but One Piece is in sub. Naruto I'm watching in dub because of just it's a good dub. So like, and the Naruto and like Sasuke's voices are very iconic in dub as well. And then there's some shows where I can actually like switch between both, like My Hero Academia. I could watch that in dub or like sub. Like it honestly pretty much doesn't matter. Like especially if I'm doing like a watch party, um, it doesn't really make a difference to me whether it's in dub or sub. They're both pretty great. But it's all up to preference. Like if you don't like, I would say what you get with sub is like that original language, like you said, and also the audio is very different. Like so, when Zui and I were watching the original Dragon Ball together, I was watching it in dub for most of the way. Then we get to the Piccolo arc, and we did a watch party together. Zui had it in sub, and I was like, "Wow, I missed out on all of these like audio details." Something about like when I think when Goku or no, when the episode was being brought in and like how the intro was Japanese of course, but then also like the narrator is speaking in at certain parts. They didn't really have an English narrator all the time. Like it was in certain places. And then
Interesting.
when the episode text would come up, Goku would read the text. They would just show it in English dub and do the dun 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 dun,
Mm-hmm.
dun like and then just cut into the episode. Like so little changes like that can like immerse you into the show a little more. Um but yeah.
Interesting.
It depends on the show generally.
I don't know. I feel like I just got used to the original because maybe on my first animes they were like that,
Hmm.
and then after that I was like, I'll just continue being like this.
Right. And
Um,
Key I wanted to see let's see, Key said earlier I normally don't like when good shows only have one season, but anime with just one season are easy to digest, and I appreciate that sometimes. Recently, I had a thought with this about solo leveling, where solo leveling, that started with one season, 13 episodes. And it's cool to get into. The show is great, even within the first season. But it took into season two to really reach that like upper level for me. Like almost I think it almost breaks top 10 for like all time for my personal favorite animes. Like, it might be top 20, I would say. Um but the thing is some of these like animes, the newer ones that are like shorter, really just need more time before people start putting it into these like all-time conversations. and it feels like the pacing is almost too quick. Like when I'm watching like Naruto, you can tell that's a show that really does need to grow on you throughout several episodes down the line. But then like Solo Leveling is like built for a modern audience. That's like it's gonna take you, it's gonna grab you by like episode 1 or 2. And sometimes when you're watching something so quickly, you don't get that full growing on you experience, if that makes sense. So sometimes the pacing can be a
Interesting.
little too quick.
I haven't seen Solo Leveling, but I've seen videos and people criticizing.
Hmm.
For some reason, there was a lot like Solo Leveling everywhere, like Twitter, Instagram,
Hmm.
TikTok, everywhere. I was like, what the hell's going on with this anime? And when I see the videos, people are saying, oh, Solo Leveling is basically a copy of this other anime. And I'm trying to understand, is actually that real? Like, did they copy like an anime? Or what do you think?
So it has one of the comparisons it has is to Hunter x Hunter, um, especially with the one of the enemies, groups of enemies. This isn't like a huge spoiler, but like one of the enemies is like involves ants, and then there's a queen ant, but then the queen ant gives birth to a king ant, and this has a lot of similarities to one of the famous arcs from Hunter x Hunter, the Chimera Ant arc, where the same exact thing happens. Aesthetically, you can tell the writer of the original story is influenced by Hunter x Hunter because it's like anything you do with ants, like Hunter x Hunter is like the biggest like show that did that, and that arc is like there's so much you can like look into with that arc with how good it is. Um, but I wouldn't say I think people go too far when they say they copied it. It's more like it's similar, and I think if the author admits like, yeah, I was influenced by Hunter x Hunter, then it would make sense to me. And the show still has its own identity to like, uh, it sets itself apart from that. So it's not like a carbon copy or like a diet version of the Hunter x Hunter's ant arc. So yeah,
Um, so I guess what you're gonna continue watching right now, One Piece, and then Naruto, I guess.
yeah. One Piece, Naruto. Um, at some point, I'm gonna start Full Metal Alchemist. I honestly just don't know yet because I'm still in my Andor rewatch. Uh, Not to mention, I do want to get into Severance at some point. But
Do
yeah,
you have Apple TV?
I have a thing. I do have it. Well, hold on. I don't have like the I don't pay for it as often as like Hulu or whatchamacallit or Crunchyroll, but I do have a thing where I can get like 3 months free. So I'm thinking I could just do the 3 months free, binge it, and then like okay, I'm done.
That's
Um,
exactly what we did. My boyfriend just bought like a new iPhone,
mhm.
so whenever you buy a new product, you get a 3 months free.
Yeah.
So we watched Severance, and oh my god, I'm gonna tell you, I freaking loved it.
Hmm.
Yep, you get obsessed with this series. It's so good. And fun fact, it was recorded in a place that it's here in New Jersey,
Oh, okay.
and technically people can go and hang out at where it was recorded. So my boyfriend and I were thinking one day just to go, but it's always now like so packed because it actually, there are TikToks and people showing where it is.
Right.
So now they're doing actually social events there and everything. Like out of nowhere, like the other day, the actors were there that by
Hmm.
surprise with the people and things. So it's interesting. But definitely recommend it.
Yeah, for sure. Like my coworkers have been telling me about it. I feel like I feel like the buzz it's gotten is similar to Sinners in a way, where it's like in the mainstream like TV movie space, where it feels like everyone in like a lot of spaces have been like being like, "Yo, have you seen Severance?" and all that. So I really am interested in it. And Apple TV Plus, like they got an underrated list of shows. Like Severance is kind of at the top of that, but like people have been sleeping on
Yeah.
some of their shows. I've heard.
I've been thinking about just sticking with Apple TV just to watch everything because I used to watch the series with Jason Momoa. It's one of the most Apple TV series that nobody knows about.
Hmm.
He did a whole series about, it's called See, because it's literally about people that cannot see.
Oh yes, yeah. I think my
I
dad watched that
started
one.
it.
Yeah.
I haven't finished it, but I think they say that it develops really interesting in an old kind of way fictional world, kind of like a vibe of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then yeah, there's other things there that are super good. I think Apple TV has a way of recording things as well. Just as Sinners, like the image, the way that they record things are super creative, and the way that it feels like super high quality
Yeah.
series and things like that.
Yeah. And one more thing to say about fillers, I actually do like My Hero's filler. And like for the same reason of like it was focused on characters that don't get a lot of shine. That's when a filler is pretty good. Cuz I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'm like, I do want to see more of this character. Like, let me go watch this." And sometimes it is pretty fun.
Mm,
So,
interesting.
yeah.
I mean, I don't remember where I'm left out in Naruto, to be honest.
Oh, so you haven't finished it
Um,
either?
what was happening last time I saw? Obviously that they got separated because they were, at the beginning trying to get to the exams, and
Ah,
then now
okay.
they got separated either each of their ways.
Mhm.
So I think
Yes.
after that, exactly. So it's pretty at the beginning.
Yeah, you're like in the 20s or 30s in terms of episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love anime, but I'm super procrastinator to watch it. But then
Hmm.
yeah, Bleach is the thing I was watching recently, Dragon Ball, because I love to see from scratch what happened with Dragon Ball. And what was your first anime that you ever watched before you started watching all animes? What was your first one?
Dragon Ball Z back
Which one?
in yeah, Dragon Ball Z in 20 I'll never forget summer 2018. I was like, you know what? Let me just watch it like all throughout cuz what put me on to Dragon Ball was the around high school. That's when Dragon Ball Super was coming out. So I keep hearing like, and I always knew about Goku as a kid. It's like seeing, and then you learn about Super Saiyans and all that. People were talking about Goku got this new form called Ultra Instinct. I was like, huh, what's that? And then I saw the scene where he was like, he mastered it, and I was like, you know what? No, it's time to start the series. And then ever since then, that like opened the possibilities of like what other animes I can get into. And then
Mm,
I got back into anime with Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Cowboy Bebop in 2020, and that was all in 2022. And then came like stuff like My Neighbor Totoro and then My Hero Academia. And around My Hero Academia, kind of Samurai Champloo, that's when I started like really like watching series after series after series. And then, like last year's list of shows that I watched was like it really was a lot. Like when I look back at it. So yeah, I've really enjoyed like all the journeys I've gone through so far, and I can't wait to like go through more because there's so much more to watch.
I know. I gotta watch a lot of anime. I'm really left out. I don't know anything. I'm like a basic, but then
But
yeah, I only watched like the Naruto,
mhm.
Dragon Ball, Bleach, Demon Slayer. My first ever series, and this is a funny
Yeah.
story. It was with my first relationship. Like he used to be an anime fan, and he was like, you know what, you should watch anime. And I'm like, what is that? But before that, I used to watch Dragon Ball in Puerto Rico because they would put it on the local TV. Puerto Rico
Mm.
has a channel that they would put famous shows, but in technically almost like in Spanish.
Hmm.
If it does, so they would put Dragon Ball out of nowhere. So I used to watch Dragon Ball, but like spontaneously. It's not like I watched it in order.
Hmm.
Um, I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah.
There was a Yu-Gi-Oh show, and obviously Pokemon. I have Pokemon.
Yep.
So I feel like that's like almost like anime thing. And then, but my first like anime as an adult and be like, okay, let me watch it. It was I didn't know the genre of this anime. It's actually horror, and I don't like horror.
Hmm.
But yeah, the first anime I ever watched is called Elfen Lied. It's
Open.
only an anime of one season,
Uh huh.
exactly only 12 episodes. And that was the first thing I ever watched, and that was recommended by my ex partner. So I was like, sure, I'll watch it. I don't even know why he recommended. Maybe he was wanting to traumatize me, but I did like it. Um, Interesting turn of events, but I didn't know it was a horror. Uh,
I was gonna say this doesn't look horror from the cover I'm looking at.
yeah. So my first, it wasn't like horror because we talk about this. I hate a lot one anime that I watched only the first episode. I was like, I cannot watch this,
Hmm.
and that was Parasite.
Oh
I could
yeah.
not watch Parasite at all. I watched the first episode and give me an anxiety, give me ugh, I don't know. So
Mm.
something like that would not watch it. But Lucy, I'm saying Lucy, but it's called Elfen Light, but the character's called Lucy.
Hmm.
I don't know. I got hooked to it. It's super quick. You can watch it on YouTube. I think it's in Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Um, I watched it on YouTube actually, and then after that, my first actual anime that I loved was Trigun. I watched
Mm.
Trigun back in 2013, 2014.
Okay. Well, what?
And
Yeah. Keep going.
Trigun is super old. Like it's from the 90s. So
Hmm.
when I watched it, I loved it a lot, and I was like, "There's no way it's until this episode, and that's it." I'm like, "What? There's nothing more." And then last year, they freaking launched. Oh, we're gonna do more Trigun out of nowhere. 20 years later, like, what the hell?
Yep. Trigun is on my list. The original one and the new one that they did, Trigun Stampede. I think they have a sequel to the new one coming out soon. That's probably the one you mentioned. Key
I loved it.
mentioned Shaman King. That actually came up a little bit when I was into like some of the 2000 animes, 2000s animes. So like I watched a video on Soul Eater after I got done with Soul Eater. Really good series. And people were like, it reminded me of like that 2000s era of like that art style and the culture that Shaman King also had. So I was kind of interested a little bit in Shaman King. I might get back and get into that. So Soul Eater, I wish they can get. It kind of ended early. The ending was if you watch the show without knowing about the manga, it does appear to be finished, but the manga went further within the storyline goes further than how the anime took it. So I hope they bring Soul Eater back and like do like a remake of it to follow the manga's story. But yeah, Soul Eater is really good.
I think I remember also by the same time I watched Trigun, I think I watched something that it had Samuel Jackson as the voice actor, and it was for Samurai.
Afro Samurai. Yep.
So I remember that, and I was impressed because I was like, "Oh, I never seen like Samuel Jackson."
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. But yeah. So, should we move into the last topic? Switch to.
Yep. Our last topic, the Switch 2,
Yeah.
bringing chaos.
Yes. Hot mess. um, Pre-orders started yesterday night, and first off, shout out to Zuli because like on Wednesday, I literally didn't have a plan to like even check into the pre-orders, like zero plan up until you mentioned that like during the stream, and like literally
I'm a
Wednesday's
bad influence.
conversation like literally led to this entire stream because like one we could talk about centers and all that. Then I was like, you know what, we could talk about multiple things because like the Switch 2 stuff is gonna happen. Um, so I started getting ready, with Walmart, Best Buy, and Target being online and stuff. Clock gets to 12 midnight, and the following things happened. Target app crashed, or the Target website crashed.
Mhm.
Um, Walmart and Best Buy were late. I basically never went back to Best Buy because it just kept not doing. I was 10 minutes in and it just wasn't popping up. Then Walmart has a line queue, but it's like 12 at night and I got work in the morning, so I can't really wait in the line to get the console. So
What
I'm like,
time you give up?
basically 12:20, like around then, because I almost had it with Target too, but then it wouldn't let
Mhm.
me like finish the order because it basically went out of stock when I was in the middle of confirming my order. So Then I tried again that morning with GameStop. GameStop site also crashed, and couldn't. Almost same thing happened with Target. I was in the middle of the order, and it went out of stock, like just like that. And I almost thought I had it, but it just gave me false hope. I was disappointed.
I want to say pre-orders are the worst thing that they have invented in this technology era. There's no way that we have millions of smart people in the world and there's still not a developing way of how to manage pre-orders for consoles in a good manner way, because obviously we know scalpers. Obviously we know people maybe probably smart enough to have all the websites in loop to get those freaking things. So people that are like us, normal people, just going to the link, never gonna get it because there's like bunch of millions of people doing the same thing. So pre-orders, I hate them a lot. I have a bad experience my whole freaking life, and I'm meaning like about like PlayStation 5 when it was launched. I actually couldn't get none. And when I got the opportunity for one, because I discovered that people were not going to Target to get it, I was the one that told, and this is fun fact, I was the one that told LJ. I texted LJ and said, LJ, I know you wanted a PlayStation 5. Target has it. This is the link. Go there. Da, 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 da. Make sure. Make sure. And because of that, I'm not even lying. 5 minutes later, LJ has the PlayStation 5. I didn't get it. It closed
Damn.
for me.
Wow. That
And
is insane.
that's a fun story because that was the PlayStation 5 in his stream that he was trying to deciding if he wanted to give it away to the community or not, but that he finally got it. So I was happy for him. So that's actually not, I don't regret it.
Right.
I made LJ have his PlayStation 5. But
Yeah.
I didn't get it never, so I had a bad experience with that. Switch OLED, kind of similar situation, but the good thing is I live near in New York City, so I have the Nintendo store. So with the Nintendo store, you can just buy it. There's no pre-orders. There's nothing. It's just if crazy people appear,
Right.
well, you have to fight them. I'm kidding, but if crazy people appear, they might go sold out. So you can go the next week or something. So that's I think I'm gonna do because yes, 12 was almost closed. That was the day I was telling you guys I'm gonna sleep early. I couldn't sleep. And I told my boyfriend at 12 I need to get the Switch too. So I told him, you do it. I'm gonna sleep. But then I couldn't sleep. So I was like in between awake. I saw the app of Best Buy just loading and the Walmart just loading, crashing. And I was like, I'm probably not gonna get it. So I literally stayed like 10 minutes up trying to figure out. And I said to my boyfriend, you know what? I'm going to sleep. You do it. So that man went there and was almost up until 1 a.m. Having the websites open. Didn't get it. And then I told him, you know what? Just give up because I want to sleep. Because this is something fun fact I've been realizing. I cannot sleep until there's literally just darkness. So if he has the computer slides and stuff, I cannot sleep. I can hear him just clicking on the computer. I was like, please go to sleep. So at 1 a.m., he went to sleep. He couldn't get it. He almost got in Best Buy. The line of Walmart, same thing. But interesting was, Best Buy, the problem was, somebody forgot to put the Switch to order it. So whoever was the developer of the website, they made a big oops. Like literally the website was not working for nobody. So nobody could pre-order at all because I guess the developer of the website forgot to put the button to click. So that's what it was saying, like coming soon. It was never loading.
Like, why would it is the Nintendo
On
Switch
pre-order night, yeah.
too?
Exactly.
Like, are y'all serious? Like,
So this is what happened, and this is not
yeah.
fun at all. Next day I wake up, I see all the Twitter posts from the other creators of Twitch that I know saying, I got the Nintendo Switch, I got the Nintendo Switch, and then one of the girls that I know, she said, I got the Nintendo Switch at almost 1:51 a.m. And I'm like, so you telling me that I should have stayed like almost 2 a.m. to try to get a Switch on the websites because Best Buy did it a delay. They basically open up the website to buy it like later on. So those people
Right.
that were up, obviously they were lucky. But come on, it was supposed to be 12 a.m. Like they literally
Exactly.
fucked up.
Yeah.
And Target was a mess as well, crashed super quick, and then Walmart, I don't know, like it was chaos. It was. I was like, you know what, I give up. And then they said that if you're close to a GameStop, to try to do it on the store.
Oh.
But honestly, I didn't want. I didn't want to go to a store and be like, can I get a Switch to pre-order? I was like, you know what, I give up. I don't want
Yeah,
it.
I might try that tomorrow. Because I
Hmm.
don't know how many people in my area, like in this specific area that I'm in, are gonna go after to get a Switch too.
You
Like
know, we always
at
think
GameStop.
about like that because I thought the same. There's a GameStop in the mall close to me, and I'm like, I might go try to see it. I don't think a lot of people will order it, but you would be surprised. Maybe people out of nowhere saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go to this GameStop because that's where they're
Yeah,
gonna have it."
because like I don't think this GameStop. And no shade to. I'm not gonna say where my area is or whatever,
Hmm.
but I don't think this GameStop gets a lot of business either. So like, I'm like, okay,
Damn.
well, I'm like, well, they. I mean, y'all gotta have some Switch twos laying around, right? And then there's a Target next to it, so I'm like, well, maybe I could just hit up the Target and see if they got a like in person pre order I could use. So,
Oh, and I wanted to tell you just in case and people that want to get the Switch too that Amazon might open pre-orders, but closer to the launch date. So if it's all coming on June 5, 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before, you should check Amazon.
okay,
So
thank you for. Cause
hopefully
yeah,
get it there.
yeah, I'm looking right now. It's weird because they have the games available to pre order, but I'm like,
Yeah,
why would you even
it's
put
the
the games
most
up?
it's the most weird thing. I think it's because they want to maybe not have people like on it like that
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Because I know they did it before for PlayStation stuff, and maybe it was a mess.
Yeah.
So they probably will do it in Amazon later. But I'm planning to go to the Nintendo store by the launch date just to be like, hey, I'm here. Let me see if they have some.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's hope. Oh, and did you register your interest to pre-order the Switch from the Nintendo store? Okay.
Yeah. What are you thinking? Are you getting the bundle
Yes, for sure. Yeah, definitely gonna get that.
and the Pro controller?
Nah. I don't have to get it at launch. I don't think, because the actual Joy Cons this time around are actually pretty big, and I'm thinking they'll have a way to sync up my old controllers to the new Switch.
Oh, that would
Not
be cool if we can do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll allow that. But if they don't, then I guess I'll have to spend another 80 on a Pro controller, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I
But
have a friend that he
yeah,
tried the Pro controller, and he said that it was really good. That he will get it. So that's what the only reason I might think about it. But I feel like I want to get the Joy Cons obviously to see how they feel.
yeah, especially if they're bigger this time around. So hopefully,
Oh,
yeah.
talking about that, I show you my
Oh
like
yeah.
the Joy-Cons I got from the brand is called Hori,
Hmm.
and I did it because I do have a lot of problems with my hands being on smaller Joy-Cons, so this is
Yeah.
actually a cheap result.
Hmm. Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. How much did those cost? Just curious.
Um, I forgot already. Let me see. Sometimes I put it on special. But I don't know if you knew about a brand that is called okay, so yeah, Hori it depends on the model because they do Pikachu ones and Zelda with designs.
Hmm.
So if you have a design, it could be 60. But if it doesn't have a design, it could be 40.
I mean that's good off. I mean that's better than the normal Joy-Con price. Because Joy-Cons are
They have
pretty
some
expensive.
beautiful designs. Like they have like a Eve design that I wanted and it's 76. I'm like, I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
But FYI, there's a brand called Nitro Deck. Have you seen that brand?
No.
They make a handheld to put the Switch, and it literally says a good review saying that it's one of the best Joy-Cons to put to a Switch because it makes it look like a console. So they did a model that looks like a GameCube, and they made a model that looks like the clear color. Remember the clear color designs?
Oh,
So
yeah. Okay, I'm looking
I'm
at it
waiting to
here.
see. I'm waiting to see if they're gonna announce to make handhelds for the Switch 2. Because
Mm-hmm.
there's one right now in the website. I could pull the website so you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
In their website, they have a beautiful color that I wanted. But I was thinking, I would not spend the money on this if they're gonna do the same for the Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, probably I would just wait for the Switch 2.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Uh, but I mean, I'm sure like if we don't get it by launch day, then it is what it is. But now that you mentioned like Amazon, like I'm sure there's gonna be like multiple like options to try to get it early, or at least get some type of order in early. So as long as we have that confirmation, hopefully we should be good. And hopefully Nintendo will bless us with that email for pre-ordering. So that'll be
I
great.
know.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, any Switch 2 games that you're maybe like last question. Yeah, any Switch 2 games you're looking forward to?
Um, I think I want to try that Mario Kart, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was thinking that I'm interested on the Kirby one because it's gonna be something similar, I would guess.
Yes.
Let me see what else.
I actually do have to finish Kirby and the Forgotten Land, so I was hoping to get that DLC and beat the post game regularly and then move into the new DLC. So
Yeah, I honestly, you know what I'm interested on, and you're gonna be like, "What the hell?" I want to play Elden Ring on freaking Switch too. Like, I want to see how that feels, like how it
on it,
is.
yeah, like honestly, like for sure, because I'm like, dang, how'd y'all get Elden Ring to run on this thing? And they have their own exclusive from software game coming soon as well. So an exclusive
Yep.
Switch 2 game from software is insane. So for sure.
Yep. So looking forward to a lot of things. I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of money. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo is the kind of brand that they're like, nah, we're gonna put everything on sale. No, they're like, never sell. Everything is expensive. You guys have to buy it.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, and I guess like whether people or want to buy it or not is just up to people's preference and all that. I respect people's preferences and stuff, so you know, yeah. But I'm definitely looking forward to if I could like at least just like play it um and play it with other people that also have the Switch too, because I feel like it's gonna start off kind of like with PS5, where it's gonna be a select few people are gonna be able to play games together. That's gonna be a pretty cool exclusive kind of time. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I want to try that, and I want to see if it's gonna be something that we can use cameras that we already have, like the cameras that
Yes.
we use here.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, let me show you. Wait, let me show you what I was looking here.
Hmm.
Okay, can you see it?
Yes. Make sure it's
So this
on.
is the Nitro deck, but you have to plug the Switch inside of it. It's not like Joy-Cons. It's actually like something that you put it on inside.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
It is, and they did different designs, so that's why you can see that there's a Fortnite edition,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the ones that I really love that I saw, um, is this one, a Hellboy one. I'm actually invested.
Okay.
So look at the back. It's insane.
That's pretty cool. With the grips and stuff too.
And apparently they have good reviews of people like trying it out. So I'm excited to see if this brand is actually gonna like make it to the Switch 2 as well, so, like an option because I like having options, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but that
But
yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty cool.
I'm excited. I'm excited for all these things going on. So we'll
Hmm.
see. Any last thoughts, questions?
Um, nothing for me. I appreciate the fact that we were just able to talk about centers for a little bit, as well as like weaving that into like a lot of the entertainment right now. 'Cause appreciate like just having being able to have like this whole talk.